Hey, all. Welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. It is day 4 of our Brewer's Advent Calendar, and it is Kurpfalzbräu Kellerbier from the Welde Braumanufaktur out of Plankstadt, Germany. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. It is day number 4 of our Brewer's Advent Calendar. And friends, this is the time of year for giving. And we are here to give you another episode of Hopped Up Beer Review. So we hope you enjoy it. I've got Jay, I've got Andy in the attic. Before we step to the next part, be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell. Check us out on social media. We'll be releasing one of these every day until December 24th. So come back and continue to check these out if you enjoy what you're seeing. So gentlemen, and really Andy, because he's the only one that can pronounce any of this stuff, what are we drinking today?
This is the Kurpfalzbräu Kellerbier from the Welde Braumanufaktur out of Plankstadt, Germany.
Maybe it's more fair to say that you're the only one brave enough to actually try, because I know that I'm just going to butcher it.
The only one to show a little respect to a different culture to try and get it down right.
There you go.
It's from somebody who's had their name butchered for their entire life, so I want to do what I can.
Just for the record, it is Andy. So. All right, I know I heard somebody crack it, so I
was releasing that CO2.
Yeah, wow, mine came out with a lot of foam.
Yeah. So this is our first Kellerbier, and it is similar to a Helles that we actually drank the first of our Advent calendar, but Kellerbier actually translates to cellar beer, and because that's where it needed the cool temperatures of cellars to condition. It's cold lagered, and they're typically unfiltered, but they condition them in oak casks with the open bunghole. They don't seal it. They keep the bunghole at the top open, and it allows for CO2 to escape. So if you think it's highly carbonated,
yeah,
imagine if that bunghole stayed plugged.
Wow. All right, we ready to I'm gonna sneak past the foam here.
Take a sip.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Yeah, you can get that unfiltered taste. And without let me turn on my little guy right here. Yeah. So it's again, it's a lager similar to the Helles, but I keep learning all these other beer information. It's a close relative to the Zwickel beer, and I've never even heard of one of those, but that is a weaker Kellerbier. It's less aged. But this type of beginnings, this type of brewing and lagering dates back to like Middle Ages, the way they do it like this.
Yeah, it's definitely very similar to that Helles, I think, in taste that we had the other day. I mean, just, the kind of the initial flavor you get out of it it's very similar.
Yeah. This one is 4.9%, 0 IBUs. This brewery dates back to 1752 under a different name. And it was originally in this town of, Schwetzingen. And then it was taken over in 1888 by Johann Welde, and changed it to the Welde Braumanufaktur. And then they moved it to Plankstadt in 1971.
Do you say
But-
it's finished in oak barrels?
The Kellerbier, yeah, oak casks. That's typically where it's conditioned
Interesting. Okay.
for that type of beer. And I hadn't seen a website or a brewery explain it or mention anything like it on a website, but they say that their average IBUs of their beers is 31. So whatever range of beers that they do, that it averages out to about 31. And then they put their average SRM as 23. So their standard
Wow.
reference menu. Yeah. I was like, well, I've never seen anybody, just talk about their average of all their
Yeah.
beers.
So one thing on the can here, it says, I guess, slow brewing certified, slow brewing excellence.
Yeah.
You
I
have
saw
any-
that. I did not see anything on the website to do that, and I couldn't find anything about this this brewery or brewery. It all depends on if the umlaut's over the A. This is brewery. Fooling. I couldn't find anything to do with that part on it. So yeah.
Interesting.
Sorry to
We'll
disappoint our fan.
We'll forgive you. We'll see if he drops off at this point in the video.
I'm done. Gonna go to the beer tasting club.
All right. Well, let's go around and give this a rating. I'll go first. I don't know. I think of this is we said day number 4 of our Brewers Advent box here. I think so far this is probably the least favorite of the ones I've had for me. It's not that it's bad. The other ones have been actually really good. But I think I don't know, the flavor, it kind of leans to me more towards the macro, just the taste that I pull out of it. I'm not saying it tastes like a macro necessarily. I'm just saying that I don't know. It's a little flat tasting. There's not a ton coming through for me. So it's definitely the least favorite of mine so far that we've had. I'm going to rate this one a 6.5. I don't know if it's because it's the first Kellerbier we've had and don't really know what to expect. But
I can see why. It's kind of like the Helles. They're like a lighter beer, and similar to a lot of light macros that we've had through the years. It's not a big going through one range on the spectrum to bitter to tart. They say they're more even road, middle of the road, and I can understand it. That said, it tastes a lot better than the macros that we get around here, even though this is a microbrewery. This is much better quality. I like it. I like that little bit of haze unfiltered to it. Definitely can pick up those kind of German, that noble hops malt type of. It's unlike the malts that are the hops that we get around here. I'll give it a 7. I like it. I'd definitely drink it.
yeah, and I think just to tack on to what you said there, we had the Helles on the very first beer out of the box. I felt like it had just a little bit more flavor to it, and I don't know. It's not. I've said this before. It's not that the beer is flat. It's obviously very carbonated, but it's just there's not. I don't get a lot of taste out of it, and so yeah, it's a lot better than any macro we're going to get here in the States, in the U.S. for sure. And that's the best way I can compare the taste that I'm getting to kind of what we have. It's more in that direction, I guess, compared to the other things we pulled out of here so far. Jay, what you think?
I see what you're saying, Ben, and I often wonder, like Andy said, how they leave it with they put it in the oak cast, which I relate to just barrels, but with the hole on the top, and I wonder if that has something to do with it. Could, maybe not. I don't know. It could just be the hops and the malts that they use are more on the blander side. It doesn't give you a a punch or things like that. I really enjoy it. I think it's similar, like you guys said, to the Hell's beer that we had. I've always enjoyed lagers, and I think this is a close relative to that for sure, with a little more flavor than that. I agree with Andy on it, and I think I'm gonna rate this a 7.5.
All right, that is a 7 flat for the. Help me out here, Andy.
Kurpfalzbräu Kellerbier.
There you
From
go.
Welde Braumanufaktur.
What he said. So yeah, I don't know where you'll find this unless you maybe live in Germany and are watching the show, which you probably aren't. But maybe you can find one of these bad boys still at Costco, which is where we got them. Again, we got this here at Costco. They release them typically in September, early October, that time frame, and they're about $70, or at least this year they were, for this box. So if you run across one still, maybe your Costco still has one. Definitely been fun to kind of run through this, and looking forward to 20 left. So be sure to come back tomorrow and check out our next review of number 5. Check out other videos that we've got, like and subscribe, and cheers that notification bell. Check us out on social media. Join us in Discord. For Andy in the attic, looking all Christmassy, and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mates.